All right, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to use the Audience Insights tool in Facebook. What's really cool about this tool is you can learn a lot about the audience that you're targeting or different audiences that you've saved and you want to test. You can learn more about who they are, how old they are, what they buy, where they go, what they like, what pages they like. And then with that information, once you're armed with that information, you can then tailor your ads more accurately towards that audience. And you can learn more about your existing audience. And you can decide what to test and how in terms of your ad creative. So one thing that you can do and that I've done is I've basically taken people who are on my newsletter list. It's about 2,000-3,000 people, and I've created an audience based off of them. Now I'm not actually going to target them just yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Audience Insight tool to tell me a little bit more about them. So this is an older list. It hasn't been updated. It's from 2017, but this is a prospect list or a list of people who have subscribed to my newsletter list. It's a little bit larger than 2,600 people, but this is the amount of people they were able to match given the information I've provided. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top. You're going to go into All Tools, and then you're going to go into the Planning section where it says Audience Insights. And if it's not under here, you're just looking for this, Audience Insights. Now from here you can do a couple things. Let's say you just want to know more about people living in your city. You can definitely do that, right? You can just type in the region. Like let's just say, hey, I'm in Wisconsin and I want to know more about the Facebook users in Wisconsin. So you can definitely type that in there and you'll populate all sorts of cool information. Let's just do this for fun. New York. That's pretty much all I want to know about. 18 to any age, all people. And you can kind of see who's on Facebook more. It's women are on there a little bit more than men. You can see what the top page likes are. People in New York are really into the Buffalo Bills, New York Mets, New York Rangers. This is stuff that you could probably guess. A lot of Chase users, Dunkin' Donuts. So it's this cool little information that you can kind of gather. But what's more relevant to us is how can we use this for our data? So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of here, and we're going to exit here. You're going to go into Custom Audience, and then you're going to select one of your saved audiences. And again, we're going to use my prospect list or my newsletter list. So I'm going to click into there, and now we can kind of check out who's in this subscriber list. You can look at age and gender, lifestyle. Sometimes data won't populate. It could be an error. It could be that you don't have enough people in there to get data from. But you can see relationship status. Mostly people are single, college educated, highly educated group. That's not too surprising. Location, you can see most of the people on my list are from New York. Sometimes it will pop up as Brooklyn as well. You get a few there from Brooklyn. You can see their activities in terms of Facebook. Where are they using Facebook? Mostly on their phone or on their laptop, or a combination of the two. You can learn more about all that good stuff. So from here, what we're going to do is what can we do with this information, right? What can we do with this data? Well, this data shows us that most of the people in this group are from the ages of 25 to 34, living and renting in Manhattan, and some of them are in Brooklyn. A good half of these people on this list are single. They're highly educated, with 70% of them having achieved the college level of education. They access Facebook on their desktop and mobile. And when they're on mobile, they're usually using their iPhone. Many of them have professional jobs with an affinity towards lifestyle and clothing brands, and a few luxury brands as well. They're also very connected to life in the city. They like to know what's going on in the city based on the page likes. They're using Gilt, which is kind of like a Groupon for New York. Outputs a club in Brooklyn. They're into the New York Daily Event List. So they like to know what's going on. They follow House of Yes, which is another cool event space, Secret NYC. They spend a lot of their money on clothing, health and beauty, food and drink, and 25% of this audience makes more than $150,000. So that's a good a lot of good information there. That's a lot that we can latch onto and use. So we have a young audience, savvy professionals, and what's cool about this is it validates kind of what I would assume just basically looking at my gym and the makeup of my gym. And so what we could do is we could split this audience into two categories. We could split it up into young single professionals, ages 25 to 33, and we can show those people ads of young people working out, maybe running past landmarks on the Lower East Side, and using language that mostly resonates with millennials, using emojis and things like that. And then we can test a second group, age 35 to 44, and show them ads with young people working out, maybe mentioning, are you tired of workout DVDs, and maybe the pictures can be people a little bit older working out. So this is how you can figure out who to target in your test groups. Audience Insight tool is a great way to do that. Next video, we're going to talk about the old school way, if you want, collecting data the old-fashioned way.